She said, "It's not a lie if I just don't tell you." After I found out she spent the weekend with her ex, I replied, "Interesting philosophy." Then I changed the locks. It wasn't a breakup, since I just didn't tell her. 31, male, learned something valuable last week. Sometimes people teach you exactly how they want to be treated. I'd been with Sloan for about 18 months, and for the last 6, she had been living in my condo. I thought things were solid, but a few months ago, she laid out a peculiar philosophy. We were talking about a friend of hers who had run into an ex and hadn't told her boyfriend. "That's so stupid that he got mad," Sloan had said. "It's not a lie if you just don't tell someone something. People aren't entitled to every detail of your life. So, keeping secrets is fine?" I had asked. "It's not a secret," she corrected me. "It's just selective sharing." I filed that interesting philosophy away in the back of my mind. 2 weeks ago, she told me she was going to visit her sister, Marcy, for the weekend. Marcy had just had a baby, so it made perfect sense. "Have fun with the baby," I said. "Don't wait up Sunday," she called out as she left. "Might be late." On Saturday afternoon, I was at our fantasy football draft with my league when my buddy Terrence showed me his phone. "Yo, isn't that Sloan?" It was an Instagram story from some girl I didn't know. But there, in the background, was Sloan at a cozy-looking cabin, laughing with her ex-boyfriend, Bryce. My blood went cold. Terrence's girlfriend, the Instagram FBI, did some digging. Within an hour, I had the full picture. The girl who posted the story was Bryce's sister. The cabin was his family's lake house. There were multiple stories showing Sloan there, looking very comfortable. I drove home, her words echoing in my head. "It's not a lie if you just don't tell someone something." So, I went inside and began to pack. I neatly and carefully boxed up all of her belongings. Her clothes, her toiletries, that expensive blender she loved. I stacked everything in the spare bedroom. Then I called my landlord. "What's the policy on changing locks?" I asked. "Your unit, your locks," he said. "Just give me a new key for emergencies." The next morning, a locksmith came and changed the locks. I spent the rest of the day on house projects, repainting the bathroom, finally fixing that shelf she'd been asking about for months. At 6:47 p.m., I heard her key in the lock. Jiggling, more jiggling. Then a knock. "Garrett, my key's not working." I opened the door. "Oh, hey, how is your sister?" "Fine," she said, confused. "My key isn't working." Weird. How's the baby?" She pushed past me, looking around. "The baby's good. Did you change the locks?" "Yeah, had some maintenance done," I said, handing her the locksmith's business card. "Here, great rates." "Why would I need a locksmith?" she asked, her brow furrowed. "For wherever you're living now," I said calmly. The silence was beautiful. "Excuse me?" "Your stuff's in the spare room," I told her. "All packed. Even bubble-wrapped your wine glasses. I'm just using your philosophy. It's not a breakup if I just don't tell you, right?" Her face cycled to confusion, then anger. I pulled out my phone and showed her the screenshot from the lake house. She went pale. How did you?" "It doesn't matter," I said. "You taught me that selective sharing is okay. So I didn't tell you we were done, just like you didn't tell me you were at your ex's cabin. Now your stuff is ready. I'll even help you load your car." "You can't just kick me out," she screamed. "I live here. You're not on the lease." I reminded her. "You're a guest whose stay has ended. But hey, if you want to make it legal, you can pay me the full $1,800 for this month's rent right now." She couldn't afford it, and we both knew it. She started crying. "Where am I supposed to go?" "Well," I said, "Bryce has that nice lake house." We loaded her car in silence. As she got in the driveway, she turned to me. "You're going to regret this." "Maybe," I said, "but I don't believe in creating unnecessary drama by sharing every detail. Your weekend was your business. My locks are my business." I thought it was over. I was wrong. On Tuesday, my landlord called. Sloan had emailed him, claiming an illegal eviction. On Wednesday, she showed up at my work with her father, trying to ambush me. I looked at her dad. Bill, did she tell you which friend she was visiting or where? He didn't know. It was Bryce, I told him, at his lake house. Bill's face fell. He knew all about Bryce. He told Sloan to get in the car and apologize to me. On Friday, she showed up at my condo with Bryce in tow, demanding to retrieve her remaining property. I had already placed a single small box outside my door with the few items she had actually left behind. She started claiming everything in sight was hers: a coffee mug I bought her, a yoga mat I paid for old pillows my mom gave me. She called the cops. I calmly showed the officers my Amazon order history and bank statements for everything she claimed was hers. They told her to take her small box and leave. The harassment that followed was insane. She gave out my number in a Facebook group, painting me as an abusive ex. So I made my own post in a local housing group, warning potential landlords about a tenant named Sloan who believes it's not a lie if I just don't tell you, and who might be spending weekends at her ex's lake house. The post went viral locally. People started commenting, sharing their own stories about her. OMG, she responded to my ad. Thank you. Wait, the Bryce who cheated with her roommate? That Bryce. It turns out Sloan had a long and well-documented history of this behavior. But her biggest mistake was yet to come. She tried to break into my condo at 3 a.m. My security cameras caught everything. The footage of her, dressed like a bargain bin ninja, trying to jimmy my lock and then getting stuck halfway through my bathroom window, was cinematic gold. I called the cops while watching her struggle on my phone. They arrested her for attempted breaking and entering. As they were putting her in the car, she screamed, "This is because of Bryce. You're just jealous." "No," I called back. "This is because you tried to break into my house." The aftermath was a cascade of consequences. Her sister, Marcy, called me to apologize, revealing that this was a pattern. Sloan had used her as an alibi to cheat on her previous boyfriend. 2. Bryce reached out, admitting Sloan had lied to him, saying we had broken up months ago. Her own dad texted me, saying they were getting her help. She tried to sue me for illegal eviction and defamation. I countersued with a mountain of evidence I had, including the video of her breaking in. The final chapter was her arrest. After getting stuck in my window, she showed up in court for the criminal charges wearing a neck brace, claiming she was injured when she fell into my bushes. The judge wasn't amused. She was sentenced to 30 days in jail for contempt after violating the restraining order within 12 minutes of it being issued. Last I heard, she's out, living with her parents, and facing a civil trial she cannot possibly win. I changed my locks one last time to a smart lock system. My life is quiet now, peaceful. Sloan taught me a valuable lesson. It's not a lie if you just don't tell someone something. So I didn't tell her about the extra security cameras I installed, the ones that caught her keying my car and stealing my packages before her arrest. My lawyer will be sharing that information with her lawyer, selectively, in court. Timing, after all, is everything.